mau keo kaiana ikupono ea imua uo mau keo kaiana ikupono ea imua uo mau keo kaiana ikupono ea wale fa just for what days of Manatava kings and queens would visit all the islands and saw everything. How would they feel about the changes of our land? Why could you just imagine if they were around and I saw a concrete jungle and highways on sacred ground? How would they feel about the disrespect of ancient lands? Wanna now, tears will come from each other's eyes and they will stop to realize that's how the people are in great danger now. Whoa, tell me what would they say? How would they feel? Will the smiles be content or to cry for the pains that they have seen? Now cry for our God, cry for our people, cry for our lands that was taken away. And then yet you find hope in it. Ooh yeah, ooh mau keo kaiana kupono ea imua ooh mau keo kaiana kupono ea imua ooh mau keo kaiana kupono ea wanna now all of the fighting in Kamehameha done to conquer all the islands. Now there's condominiums. How would he feel about the changes of our land? Why could you just imagine if he came back and I saw traffic lights and the railroad tracks? How would he feel about the disrespect of ancient lands? Wanna now, tears will come from each other's eyes and they will stop to realize that's how the people are in great danger now. Whoa, tell me what would they say? How would he feel? Would his smiles be content with a cry for the pain that he has seen? Now cry for our God, cry for our people, cry for our lands that was taken away. And then yet you find hope in it. Ooh yeah, ooh mau keo kaiana kupono ea imua 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 ooh mau ea kaiana ikapono ooh mau ea kaiana ikapono. The life of the land perpetuates only in righteousness. Only in righteousness. Only in righteousness. Ooh yeah. Ooh mau keo kaiana kupono ea imua ooh mau keo kaiana kupono ea imua ooh mau keo kaiana kupono.
Aloha kako. Welcome to episode 42, Darkside of Hawaiian Politics, Saturday, September 5th, 2020. Aloha kakaiaka. Hale o ke ave, hale a pi'ilani, moloka i ahina, hale o kaku i hewa, hale o mano kalani po, ko Hawaii, pai aina, let's go. Your weather for Moko Keawe this week, our north highs is 83, lows 75. Our east highs is 85, lows 76. Our south highs is 86, low 77, and our west tops out at 92, low 79. Our Enalu, Fomoko Keawe, North Shores, 2 to 3. Our east, same thing, 2 to 3. South, 1 to 2. Our west, flat. Be careful if you're out there today at Kako. The beaches are closed. Social distancing is in effect. Homework. Olelo no eau, Queen Liliu okulani today. Let's go. Queen Liliu.
Aloha mai kako. Yes, hau'oli laha now to our beloved Queen Liliu o Kalani. Last and still reigning monarch for our ko Hawaii Pai Aina, Hawaiian Kingdom. Today we want to honor our queen. Obviously, we should be honoring her every day, every year, not just on her birthday or her birth week, but being that this is 127 years of illegal, prolonged occupation since the usurpers overthrew the government and overthrew our queen. So 127 years, 7 months, 20 days to be exact, right? So this is law 46,618 of the illegal overthrow. Yeah. Or in other words, 1,531 months and 20 days. So that's a long time. No matter how much words and numbers you want to use, it's been a long time to carry this injustice for our lahui, for our pai aina. Our queen set the standard for how to stand. Oni pa'a was her motto, right? To be movable, unshakable, in place. Pa'a, like the mountain, like the aina, like the moku. So with that, we have a great quote from her from after the overthrow and during the time when annexation was trying to be shoved down our throats and the toilet paper was being written in Washington, D.C. For their, joint resolution. I don't know what they were smoking. But here's a beautiful quote from our queen, right? The cause of Hawaiian independence is larger and dearer than life of any man connected with it. So you can really see her sentiments, her values in this quote, aloha aina being a core value. Yeah, our independence, our ku'oko'a, right? Was larger and dearer than any life in our lahui. So again, kia ka no'ono'o i ko kākou mo I wahine, and the pahu hopu of restoring our kingdom and liberating our people. And we look to the source of our inspiration, Queen Liliu Kalani. Every day we should be looking at her quotes, reading her story, which this is one of her quotes from her story, Hawaii's Story by Hawaii's Queen. And championing her words and her ways in all the practices that we do today. So again, aloha e lili'u, mahalo for all that you have done for us, the integrity from which you place all of our lahui and center us in aloha aina.
Yes, kako. And just, mahalo to Queen Lili'u Okalani for her legacy as an orphan. I was fortunate and unfortunate in life of circumstances, but Auntie Maxine and Auntie Kim in Honolulu are activating right now to address the Queen's Trust Kako.
Right.
So if you guys have time out of your days that you guys could spare, go ahead and support, like, share, get the message out. It's terribly wrong what the trusts have been doing, whether it's Hawaiian Homeless Department with not putting on anybody on the lands, whether it's Luna Lilo Kupuna Homes that's only open to little, if none. Our health system, Queen Emma and Kapiolani, that has been robbed by all of these Asians and foreigners that come over and become boards and members of these staffs. So Once again, Kako, in remembrance for our queen, our Tutu lady, we need you guys to go ahead and support Auntie Kim and Auntie Maxine as they're about to go on this venture that we all need to. We need to step up and hold the broken trust, all of them. Kamehameha schools, every one of them. Oha, we must hold them accountable and break them. With that being said, let's get to the business.
Ooh.
The dark side.
Yes.
Chopping block.
There it is. Chop, chop.
First up on the chopping block, we got our first solo ever. And there, I don't know how does these cults. First one up is Love Has One cult in Kauai.
Oh, great. Here we go.
You know, we just dealt with Carbon Nation over here telling us that the Japanese and Africans mated, and that's what you have, Hawaiians. We went through this horrible experience with people during the Black Lives Matter movement. You know, we have nothing but aloha, and yet these cults are willing to come here and impose their belief and tell us how we were created without even reading the Kumulipo. And so just like this Love Has One, it's very interesting, Kapo'ole, with this Love Has One. This Love Has One, basically, these people, one of their main leaders, co-leaders, is a young lady, a bright lady. She actually is some kind of McDonald regime runner across in America. She owns a bunch of McDonald's chain, and Love Has One has the same mentality as a lot of these people that run away from their homes and lives. So with that being said, can't give a pass, can't give a smash, but I have to call it a collusion, because this is not a coincidence. Black cult, white cult, all kinds of cults, right? Popping up now, seeking freedom, seeking asylum from what's going on in the beautiful countries or homes that they run away from. So, homework, collusion.
Right. Oh my gosh. American sickness during the pandemic. Here's another symptom right here. A new cult. You check the headlines over here, right? Meet the new cult in town. Like, oh, the new kids on the block, right? That's how the media is
Antagonizing?
antagonizing this. And you know, so I gotta, you know, I just gotta chuckle a little bit, because being that we are on Moku Okeawe, there's a lot of these kind of you know, cults and groups that are stashed away in the rainforest, up in the mountain, in the valleys, all over the place, really. But what are our state and counties doing about it, other than leaving the door wide open and promoting for them to come over here and bring their sickness again, right? So again, this is the new kids on the block. You know, we're gonna give them the chop, smash, the smash chop. But you know, we noticed the pattern. This is not the first cult, right? Like they said, this is the new cult in town.
Yeah.
You know, the first cult came in, what was it, 1779 or whenever that Captain Colt came over. Captain Colt was the first cult, right?
Captain Colt.
And you know, it's been rampant ever since, you know. So these kind of American sickness, excuse me, wipe your face, wipe your nose, keep your mask on, and stay vigilant in your communities, because they're gonna start popping up and making headlines all over the place.
Yeah.
So this one is in Wainiha right now.
So in our secret lands of Wainiha.
Right.
And so we seen the Ohana yesterday, Kalamayao, if we didn't get everything up to date, there's as much news as happening in Kauai Pai'aina. But we did see the community rally, over hundreds or so.
Yeah.
We could be wrong.
That's what's good.
Showed up at Wainiha in curiosity, because the government has let this happen, right? You get Temptation Sexual Island with XXX Victorino that's going on in Maui. What you think going to happen in Kauai? They're going to bring over a shit show, a circus, right? So we see what went on yesterday out in Kauai, Mano Kalanipo. We send our aloha. And be safe, be vigilant, continue what you guys do, and report back so we can stay connected with the issues. Homework, any last wrap up for that?
You know, just make sure that we're not getting bedazzled by these headlines too, right? There's real issues in Wainiha. There's real issues in Maui, in Oahu, in these places of very large scale, orchestrated, systematic corruption. So, whack-a-mole when you see these kind of buggers come to a head, but keep our eyes on the system that perpetuates, allows, and promotes this kind of dysfunction.
Simply said, man. Next up on the chopping block, we got our favorite conversation, the rail. So Civil Beat reports that the rail should be left for the next mayor. See, Homework, we've been on this shit show trail for quite some time. Our intake has been always the same pace. They have robbed the beneficiaries of the Federal Hawaiian Homes Commission Act, the rights to self-determination, the rights to farm, the rights to have these commercial lands. But yet they want to build the rail station at the head of the DHHL properties.
Hawaiian Homes, baby, right?
Hawaiian Homeless Department.
The easiest bag for grab for
They
the state.
continue to take from a trust while Kenji Price is here. They continue to do horrific crimes that is unfathomable for a regular Kanaka or an average citizen to accomplish. But because it's as business as usual for the Ige shit show that continues to pillage and plunder the Aboriginals, the Hawaiian Kingdom heirs of Ko'awai'Pae'aina, and turn us into not third-class world-class citizens, no-class citizens. That's what we get as displaced, disfranchised in this illegal occupation. And with that being said, the rail is a shit show that's going to go directly down the toilet bowl.
Ooh.
With that being said, Homework, give them an F.
Man, this is a lot of expensive toilet paper for this one right here. The rail, I mean, talk about a train wreck for all of us. I don't even know the numbers to be specific, right? Because it changes every week, right? Like, how many billions have we squandered on this project? And now the sentiment is, everything's under investigation. Department of Justice is here. The feds are here cracking the whip, checking on what's going on with this corrupt, super corrupt, fake state. Yeah, that's just hemorrhaging money out there in the middle of the Pacific. And so now the sentiment is leave this problem to the next generation. Leave this to the next mayor, right? Leave this to the next batch of corrupt buggers so they can learn how to be corrupt, right, within the state and operate from a place of deficit and mismanagement. So, I gotta give them a big, healthy smash. Big smash to these guys, these clowns, over in Honolulu. I don't know where that is either. Must be in Narnia. But we'll get to that later, right?
Yes.
For the rail, we gotta smash. That's a
fail,
one big train
extortion.
wreck. Do not, right? Like we're pretty much mortgaging the future and our keiki and our aina and our government, right? Because we have to uphold this facade. Throw them away, guys. Burn
Throw
them down.
that shit away, man.
Let's go.
Next up, we got.
What we got?
We got
Chop it up.
Civil Beat again reporting on Honolulu settlement miscellaneous prosecution case involving Kanashiro and Kealoha. So Kako, I advise you to do your research like always. We just bring it up, weigh in, and pass it like you just don't care. And so this topic is quite interesting. This individual refers this Asian individual who got raided for machines in Honolulu back a couple years ago, says he was targeted. And the key word says it's like John Gotti. And that's why it made our chopping block today. Because the words that the people are using are exactly the vocabulary that we have been accustomed to
Right.
for such a long time that when you hear other people cry foul, Hawaiians say corruption, Hawaiians say organized crime, we don't get no playing time. But if you have an Asian businessman that says John Gotti, he gets a civil beat right up. And with that being said, this is definitely collusion and a smash. Because Kealoha, and being a chief of the police, and his wife being prosecutor and the boss, knew how to manipulate and go after individuals holding equipment when wasn't supposed to be right. Man, the corruption just goes deeper. Homework, grade them.
Yeah, another shit show, ongoing shit show. These investigations, these cases, more being brought to light. Let's not forget, right? All of these people have already been found guilty of federal crimes, right?
Federal crime.
Bank fraud, freaking all kind of different corruption, right? And that's when the feds step in. It's like, whoa, 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 you guys messing with our money? You guys messing with our slush funds, our gravy train? Wait a minute. You guys getting cracked up.
Right,
So now we have a new longtime character here. The John Wayne, right? Or John Gotti.
John Gotti. Kako.
Big John Wayne of the Pacific, right? Kanashiro, longtime prosecutor, right? These guys think they're untouchable while they're in position, right? They're right underneath the wings of very powerful and corrupt politicians for the state of Hawaii. So anyway, we'll monitor this as it goes.
We'll monitor
see how
and keep
this
you
goes.
connected with this issue.
You know, so we keep
So-
chip a little bit, crack, smash. Wait for the big one come in, you know, because there is gonna be a big slap coming. The feds look like they're gonna slap all of these guys,
Right.
but we'll just see what the fallout is. You see how many details we get,
Right.
right? And
Right.
see how many other cases we can find of corruption and criminalization of our people who are caught up in the midst of these corrupt, powerful scrubs.
So, for this week, our COVID-19 update. First up, for our update, for our COVID, we got, hey, what do we got here?
Here
Another
we go
constitutional oath breaker. We have got this thing on a roll today, Kako.
This seems to be a common headline right
This
here,
should be a
right?
common
It's a new-
headline.
another one.
And so when we're looking at this right here, Kako, let's not be surprised of the shit show. They're running the Ige Fernandez right down the H3. Just like a circus ole, as they're marching down a parade. And if you guys read this, they didn't even get the clearance from the federal government, which could be a liability to X amount of millions of dollars in the next to come budget that the taxpayer will have to pay for. Homework. And with that being said, Kenji, you're just letting them hang themselves, right? I think I see you, right? You don't jump the gun, right? You just give them the rope, right? Thinking that they're going to pull themselves out. But they seem to just make nooses. And then they try to fit their head inside. And then they go on the H3 and they think that it's okay that Uncle Sam didn't give you the clearance. This collusion is definitely smash worthy. Because the federal government says you didn't get the clearance. Ige Dangbiro. And you guys continue to roll your shit show down this H3. You guys did it another time. That's going to be having a physically bad repercussion on the fiscal year to come. Homework.
It's going left and right with the jabs and the uppercuts and the hooks, right? The state
easy.
and the feds just squaring off right now. Every
Squaring off.
day, new headlines. So, you know, here we go. We have this mass testing, right, taking place in Oahu on H3, in the tunnel of H3. And for those of you who aren't really familiar with H3, you might live on Wanata Island, like us. But H3 is the latest military highway, Highway 3, right? Going from the military bases on the east, or not the east, but the south side of Oahu, all the way over to the Kaneohe side, right? So This is the second tunnel that they blasted through the beloved Ko'olaus of Oahu. You know, lands of our kupuna, of our chiefs. Some of the most beautiful lands in the world, right? Destroyed for American greed and capitalism and military games and occupation, right? So that's what this project really is. H3 is a military project that was rammed through our mountain, literally billions of dollars, all kinds of protests, all kind of action, but yet it's there. And now, well, how are they using it? For military ops and for mass testing and for these kinds of control mechanisms.
Who would have known that?
Right?
Who would have known this would have been for H1N1 flu shots, swine flu slash freaking pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, like, these guys, you cannot create this out of a book. You cannot even enjoy, the nature and write these kind of substance of a story. This is right out of a comic book. And the lead actor is the bobblehead Ige.
It's really crazy, man.
So with that being said, the DOH has the next, what can we say? You did a good job, homework. We cleaned house a little bit. La Hui. As you guys can see, the Department of Liars, right? The Department of Liars. Yeah, the Department of Liars that continue to lie that things were running smoothly according to plan. Mrs. Park, Mr. Anderson, right? All of these crisis actors were put in this position to actually fraud our communities and loved ones by actually trying to say that we should have just follow the plans, don't ask no question, while the state of Hawaii has illegally robbed the pool of funds and all of the funds that were supposed to come out to the citizens of the Hawaii state. And that's where we have to call it out, yeah? While the DOH and all of these, if you guys was following, the Department of Labor Industrial Relationship guy left a few shows ago because he was the one taking the monies, yeah? From the PUAs and from all of this government funding. That's where our mana'o has to be, on the leadership, holding them accountable. You want to play doctor, Dr. Park, Dr. Anderson? Well, you should get vaccinated, yeah? And you should get vaxxed to school. Because right now, you guys are being inconsistent with the stupidity lies that you guys continue to feed our community, put our kupuna and our families at risk. That being said, smash them up.
Mash it up, mash it up.
Match it up. Let's go. Homework.
Yeah. And just poor thing, these guys, right? They gotta get ooshed out by the state like this. Poor guys, right? They cannot do their job. They cannot get fired. They gotta unceremoniously walk away, retire, save face somehow. But the egg isn't really on these guys' face. The egg is on the state of Hawaii's face.
Call it what it is, man.
Their inability to lead and to provide leadership and put people in position to be accountable to leadership, right? Like, that is the problem here. And, so poor thing, these guys getting smashed on their way out of, give them a little scoot. A hui ho. Gotta go. Not doing a good job, enjoy retirement and collecting pretty much while the rest of us is trying to figure this out.
Yeah, collecting while everybody's on house arrest, right?
I need some kind of tea leaf.
You need some tea leaf, right?
Keep the health safe.
COVID-19 update. We got.
Who's up next?
You know who we got.
This is all the usual suspects for us.
Spinda retires Kako with the pressure that we have, that you have been able to manifest, has brought it to light, just like the DOH in the topic before. The pressure is renowned, Kako. Remember. Before he was appointed, his officers were smuggling drugs to our family members to keep them doped up and get them put into the boot hole for things that they couldn't possibly manageably do without the help of corrupt government workers and officials at the helm. Leading up to his appointment, a major riot outbroke, and that people in Maui feared for their lives as the workers because of the unsafe situation and environment that is Spinda has allowed to spin out of control.
Cinderella.
And then you have this COVID-19. This affects every Kanaka Maoli because we represent the biggest part of the prison profit industry that you see now. They released mass amounts of family members that have no place to go, have no place to quarantine, have no food, and have no shelter. What is AG con artists doing about it now? Sending all of these people who are basically unable bodies because of COVID-19. Yeah. They're not supposed to be even let out on the baseline of free, but yet they have nothing to go to. With that being said, Ispinda, you have failed us, but you are not the main failure. It's the Ige Shit Show. AG Connors. AG Shit Show. Connors. Doug Chin, who was before her.
Dang.
The list goes on.
Throw him in the compost
That has
bin.
failed our native Hawaiian population, Aboriginal Kanaka Maoli, and continue to put us at the brink of a herd of cattle and stick us in to get us sick and our family members sick without a plan. Homework.
I think you wiped up pretty nice with that one. Not much else to say too much about this Spinda. Hui ho, gotta go. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Yeah. But you see, this is how the state takes care
It's
of.
above
It's
him.
a long time. Yeah, this is how the
This
state
is above him.
takes care of their long time figureheads and position players, right? So you know, just us. I just want to send a shout out to all the state and county workers out there.
Yes.
You guys got to pay attention to how the state operates.
Manage you. How they manage you.
Right, they're going to eat you, they're going to cut you up and throw you under the bus, even though they all sweet to you every day for work, right? They're bringing cookies and donuts to you every day, and they're allowing you to take a little bit off the top, right? Just so when they want to nail your ass, boom! So keep your eyes open, baby. Don't get set up by the state doing the work for the state. Stay vigilant, and mahalo for you guys in there staying honest and doing the work, doing all the shit show corruption going on.
Yes. Next up for your COVID, it has to be
That's one. We're going to the fantasy land.
Narnia.
Baby. Oh, fantasy, baby.
So Narnia is AKA.
Let's get a big screen.
Let
on
me see this
Can we
thing.
get- I like
Let me
see
see
this.
this big screen. Let me see
Where's
it.
Narnia? That's what I want to know. Where is Narnia? It's in
So,
the headlines.
I can't get it any bigger. I can't get any bigger. The size won't let me go up. But this Narnia area, just like Homework was explaining, Narnia, like we're in some kind of fantasy, right? Like you have Fantasy Island, you have all of these, you have all of these issues, yeah? You have all of these issues, right? So you have all of these issues, yeah, with Narnia, all this fantasization of Temptation Island with Triple X Victorino, right? So you get all of these concepts coming together right now during a pandemic, right? So they're definitely pandemicking all of these infallible
This narrative.
this narrative
This
of some kind of
crazy-
fantasy water world, like we live in some kind of fairy tale, and so kako,
It must be,
you know,
God, we
this
must be.
is right next to Pi'i Honua, Hawaiian homestead
Now,
land.
okay, let's
right?
get down to it.
This
Where
goes
we stay?
to
Where we stay?
this goes to right next to bordering, right, our crown lands, and this is where people gather. You know what, Kamakau? You guys could ticket everybody. You guys could send Shishido to get everybody off the Mauna. I think you guys gotta make sure that these guys will be violating, and somebody might slip and fall and sue the state. And that's where we as taxpayers, victims, however you may see it, unfortunate extortion victims, we gotta foot the bill. Kako. So Narnia, don't let me catch you up there, Kako. Don't let me catch you up, Narnia.
Don't let me catch you up, P.E.
You know, don't let me catch you up, Pio
Messing
Noah.
with the vibe.
Don't be playing around in this time when everybody's supposed to be safe at home. If you do, you know your protocol. You
That's
know
not-
what you need to do, Kako. I'm not here to Kanaka Ranger or police you. It's for you to be safe, kupuna, keiki, and if you do, you know how to do your protocol. So this message and smash is for all these foreigners who come up and deal in our swarms this area. You guys better go make you guys' quota for this month, because we got a lot of easy targets out there, and I ain't talking Kanaka Maoli.
There we go.
Narnia homework.
Back on track. Narnia. Oh, that must be a fun place in the fake state of Hawaii. I never been to Narnia. You know, I look at this map and I do recognize these waterways. Pi'i Honua, a very famous waterway here with Wailuku and some other streams that come right off of it. But Narnia, you know, it's just so funny to me that the DLNR and the state of Hawaii have these headlines, you know, where they're using and they're referring to these lands and resources as Narnia, right? I mean, my gosh, what the heck? Where are we? So I'm not caught up in the fantasy and the stardust of these headlines. I look at it as the state continuing to regulate and over-regulate areas and things that they haven't been able to manage carefully and consistently over time. And now during the pandemic, they're utilizing this narrative to, I don't know, squeeze us out of our ability to go to the beach, to go to the mountain, and then to get everybody to start to regulate each other, right? Take picture. Oh, this guy swimming in the ocean. Oh, this guy going to go hunt.
Don't be the Gestapo.
You know, so they're setting us up to be what is it?
Gestapo.
They
want us to be the Gestapo.
They want us to be snitches, right? And John Gotti of the state and John Wayne's of the state. You know, let's not play that game. Let's not go to Narnia.
Yes.
Let's stay in Ko Hawaii Pai Aina.
Yeah.
Let's be Kanaka, and let's have aloha for each other in real ways. So shout out to you frontline workers over there.
All you frontline workers,
the
man.
DOFA and the DLNR. We know you guys is watching too. We love you guys. Keep
We
doing
here.
the good work.
We're here to help you guys do your work by us helping to expose and expand this news that affects
You know,
us.
let us know when you guys taking core trees and
Yes.
when you guys are working out different deals, you know, just so we can stay on top of things and, you know, nobody gets hurt, get caught in the mix.
Well, homework. I love that little assignment that you gave.
Yeah,
And
right?
that's your COVID update
Awesome.
for today. And now we may get back to the shit show, right? And that would have to be with our last run. And the last run is, whoo, everybody. I know you guys was waiting for this one, but this one is what we all on Moko Keave been waiting for. Shout out to Auntie Get 'em Done Mililani Trask for always getting them done. Always getting it done in a timely manner, in a most proficient manner. And that's why it's on the back half of the chopping block. Woo! Keola Lindsay Kako.
What we got here?
The shit show. Here we go.
Mr. Lindsay.
Bobblehead Bob.
Oh.
Bobblehead Bob. You know Bobblehead Bob? Yeah, the one that voted for TMT, right? The one that did all of this horrendous work. Well, lo and behold, Auntie got him done, aka Mililani Trask, always getting them done, did it once again. She didn't just get it done, Kako.
Fire in the hole.
Between the leg, behind the back, reverse windmill on
Yeah,
the
not just
office.
Auntie. Get plenty on that lawsuit.
You're planning on the lawsuit, but
Like
Auntie
a class
Milani,
action,
right? It's a
baby.
class action, but there's a special team behind this class action, and the Get It Done team got it done. You didn't just go for Olo Lindsay or Bobblehead Bob. You guys said everybody is in collusion.
Oh, there we go. All the good boys back in the office.
That's
right?
what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
Shit, here we
That's
go.
what I'm
Now
talking
we
about.
cracking
Everybody's
some
in collusion.
Uh-huh.
You guys speaking my language. The Get 'em Done team. The Get 'em Done team has done it again, man. I can't say it more than that. Go ahead, read the lawsuit. The research is unquestionable. The teamwork is second to none. Auntie Millie and the team of Go Get 'em got 'em.
Get 'em.
Collusion with a smash for the office of Hawaiian Despair.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in how you guys could conspire together to go ahead and get a co-worker approved for another island. Kenji, check out that guy.
Get 'em,
Yeah,
Kenji.
him and Bobblehead Bobby. Those guys need to be checked.
Ooh.
Homer.
Well, we're gonna have to take a look at how this lawsuit plays out, but basically what the challenge is that Keola Lindsay, right, this front runner for the OHA, Office of Hawaiian Affairs, Hawaii Island Trustee C, doesn't actually live on Mokuokeave, right?
And there's a demo.
Bugga been living in Kailua, Oahu. He been going to work at OHA in downtown Honolulu.
The wife is...
His kids is going to school in Kailua, right? Like,
Oh.
everything, right? Like, so, but he get some rent or some land out this side. His car is registered.
Right, the
to
car
Waimea.
registered. The car is registered.
Okay, we got him locked in.
The car registered.
So
Yeah.
clearly we see kind of the nepotism of the state, how the state loves to run. This isn't anything new, right? Uncle Bob, here we go.
Uncle Bobby Head.
It's not working out too good. Time to pass the ball, right? He's gonna pass it over to cousin or nephew. Here we go, boy. We get the same name. We can use the same signs, everything. Let's go. I get the office warmed up for you, cuz. Let's go.
And
we see
before
we see how
Bobby
you guys
Bobblehead
play.
leaves,
We see how you guys play.
he takes a shot at Lanakila.
Oh
right?
yeah, Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bobblehead takes a shot during the
saw
political
that.
scheme.
We don't have the
so Kako,
screenshot of that one,
These
right?
things, like I can't say, we can't lie about these things, right? So Bobblehead and Ke Olu, Lindsay.
Okay, Olu.
Please
Please live on Hawaii Island if you want to
Please
represent us.
on Moko
So that when we gotta pull your ear and wring your neck, we know which house we'll go stop by, right? Because if you're on Oahu, we're not sending emails and text
So
messages.
Kako, Uncle Louis, Hao, Chief, Hao, Lanakila.
Right, looks like he's
This the
between
last
them
40-yard
two now,
dash right here.
Looks like he's between them two now.
So Kako, if you guys play the game play you. Those are your last two.
There it is.
You got state champ.
Good try. Good try. You almost made it.
Yes.
You almost handed the ball off to another another family member.
So Ke Olu,
Gotcha.
you gotta get smashed. Next up on the last back half is we have our Kuleana.
Our Kuleana.
Our Kuleana.
Talk about
Kako.
that.
So our
And we're not talking
Kuleana.
about one hashtag. We're not talking about a hashtag, right? We're actually talking about real Kuleana here.
Yeah,
right?
we're talking
Okay,
about real
okay.
Kuleana here.
Here we go.
Talking about real Kuleana here. So this is the question you all been asking and waiting for, Kako. How to go home? How to go home? What's the steps?
Hey.
So we would like you to refer you to Nakuliana Olele, who has been proactive out in Maui with a bunch of ohana, but they have taken it another step forward in educating, and making sure you're drinking the good water and not eating imitation crabs, because that's what's been ciphering out here all this time. The wrong information, the wrong stories, and a lot of fairy tales coming from crisis actors. OHA, State of Hawaii, all you government agents. See, you don't get the same dignity as respect when you become a government agent. You just become a government agent. You don't carry on your kumu / government agent. You drop the kumu and you become a crisis actor. And so, Kako, this one is for you, all you guys up there. Stop being a crisis actor. Go to your kuleana. Go check out Tita and the Ohana, who are giving a great breakdown, Kako.
Yeah.
Not only inviting you on the journey
They're
into their life.
updating you the blueprint.
They're not just
right?
inviting you guys. We may sound like a broken record, but they're not there to just take up space. They're here to empower They're here to encourage and light the fire. And for them to allow you into their life, we are humbled to share these stories on our Darkside of Hawaiian politics at the back halves to make sure you guys get the right substance, not only the smash, but the past
solution.
and the solution.
The solution,
and
baby.
that's what this is what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
When we're talking about our kuleana, when we're talking about our going home, that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, check out Nakuliana Olele Maui. Eo.
Go check them out, the Facebook page. Go get the rundown, the tutorial, and learn how to find your kuleana land of words. How to navigate your mo'okuauhau. Yeah, not just within the Kanaka realm, but the Aina realm, right? Going to these resources and finding the path that our kupuna left for us. So again, mahalo to these guys out in Lahaina, right? Out in Maui. Nakuleana Olele, go check them out.
Yeah,
Mahalo to
Nakuleana
them for providing that
Olele.
service to us. Updating the blueprint, you know?
Updating the blueprint, making sure that all of these tools are available, because we know the time in a day we don't have because of our kuleana with our families, our kids, our kupuna, our makua, our jobs, right? But we must make time to get connected and get grounded in what our kupuna has left for us.
And you know, you never know how these kind of machinations of the state and the deep state and all these different alphabet supers is gonna play out, right? This pandemic really is forcing us to stay at home, forcing us to decide who we're gonna be around, where we're gonna go. We have to be more calculated, more careful. So know where your kupuna aina is. Know where your kupuna are about. Know where your aina is, so you can go there. You can travel there, right? And then we can deal with the processes that we have to expose within the state and champion the solutions that provide us that way home. So again, mahalo to these guys.
Yes, homework we cannot explain enough, but that's why it's on the back half of always our chopping block, because we know how important it is to leave today with a solution where you can leave your daily lives and go to something tangible that is still there, and there's help for it.
Yeah, we need a mechanism like this on every island. So this is, like I said, it's updating the blueprint. Our kupuna left us the blueprint. Let's figure out how to use it in this digital age. This is a perfect example of how to do it. Now let's see one over here on Moku Okeawe. Let's see one on Molokai, on Lanai, on Kaho'olawe, on Ni'ihau, on Kauai, everywhere that there's lands and there's resources that belong to us to manage, to steward, and perpetuate.
Yes, mahalo, Chief Keomoku, Naohana, out in Maui, and all the family members who are still on their kuleana lands.
Tag us, link us,
so
we can help share the
Madaris, Ohana, Nomilu, Haupua'a, Fish Pond, mahalo. Next up, we have Hawaii Lonas is coming.
Got the ua out here.
We got Knucklehead Sofolu coming off the bench after Ige, right? So Ige basically, and Crook Clownweld said he cannot let Amamiya guys go. These guys are so detrimental to our fundamental pick and fraud, right? Because that's what they do. Instead of pick and roll, they pick and fraud. And Kirk Clownweld showed his true colors when he made that bold statement. He has to bring the crooks back to the team. There's not enough people who can consciously be a crook, a career criminal, as his top men are. So that tells me, Kako, the string is getting really, 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 really tight around their neck. And Sofolu supposed to know what to do, Sofolu. You're supposed to know what to do, Sofolu. You know, when I look at this, right, Ma'afala, Sofolu, this looks like it's a Polynesian mob, a Samoan gang.
Right.
That's what it looks like. All these head Samoans looking like the strong arm for the shit show. And that's what it's showing. They gotta get 6'6", 400 pounds of Palusami back onto the playing field. He got to make those sacks. But they send him to the kids division now, family court. And that is where I have to call it out and smash on Sofolu. I wish I had a sack. I'll get a couple sacks on this guy. Because they don't only get him off as he's getting investigated. He's getting investigated and he gets off while under investigation. Leave of pay. And then he gets to go and violate kids now.
That's how the state does it, baby. Put them on the back burner. Keep them on the payroll, right?
Yes.
And then, you do a little bit of research about Mr. Sofolu, and he was appointed by none other than John Gotti himself, Big John Wayne Keith Kaneshiro.
John Wayne Kaneshiro Gotti.
What is it they say? You speak quiet and you carry a big stick. That's kind of how these old school guys play it, right? They hire they like to appoint and hire the brown faces, the Kanakas, the Polynesians, to do the dirty work underneath them, right? So we see you guys, we see what's under the cat in the hat above, right? But, doling out another Kanaka, rolling him right out during the shit show to bring another headline to the forefront. Right off
the fucking bench.
Right off the bench.
Right off the bench, coach.
Hey, let's throw this guy into the starting lineup
He's
now.
He's back at the starting lineup.
We need a headline today. We need a freaking Samoan headline. Let's go.
Palusami Sofolu. Back on the line.
Too much coconut water. Too much coconut milk, bro.
Too much. These guys have to be called out for the Hui, because we're not gonna allow
too much American milk,
not just one race, but any race, doesn't matter shape, size, color, to infringe on our God-given inalienable rights. We cannot let tyranny affect us coming from anyone who is not of like-minded, who do not has the same culture values, and who specifically are not tied to the Hawaiian Kingdom. We must hold them accountable. And so Palusami is my favorite dish, but you gotta get the smash today.
Give him the kawila.
To leave this on the highest of the high notes, I got to give a shout out to Anake, who know whose mother, Makuahime, Deborah Kekaulua. She received, not received.
We got some priority mail. What we got in here?
She went in. Oh, sorry. Calamine. She went in and submitted a simple request from the DOD, Kako. And when I say a simple request, it's a simple request. We ask this from the judges all the time, right? We ask the judges, could you provide the legal documents to the slave bond that you are claiming? And they say, well, according to Ferguson versus the state, according to Knucklehead versus Butthead, they think that they got you between the bunghole, right? And that's the essence of the story that we get day in and day out from Asians, Hawaiians, Portuguese, Doronos, all these discriminators. But Auntie Anake did what every kupuna should have told you what to do. If you got any concerns about my keiki and their response, go see the makua.
Right.
And like a parent, she did.
Yeah, so she what? She wrote a letter
wrote the letter to the makua.
To the Department of Defense, DOD, Dottie.
She called up Dottie and she asked Dottie, one sentence. Do you have the receipt?
Yes.
Or were you ever looking for it? Right?
Looking for this receipt.
We're looking for this receipt. And if you guys go check her, give her a follow, go look at her, go check out the page. We always report upon the son, always banging. True aloha aina patriot. But mama has to put in work too. And mama did. Thank you, Kako. Thank you, mama, for doing this for the La Hui. Never mind reading and people telling you that you are who you are. this paper from the DOD, go check it out. It clearly states there is no annexation. And with that being said, that just made my week, Anake.
You know,
You made my week. You made it, you made it, you made it.
you know, I'm gonna have to use maybe some of these letters.
We have to use it. There you
in
go.
upcoming court cases, because every time I've seen Kanaka try to do like a motion for
Right.
discovery, right? Petitioning the courts, motion for discovery. Where's the Treaty of Annexation, right? Where's their jurisdiction? Where's your ability to do this? Where's the pala? Where's the paperwork? Right? These guys like to chuck and jive, move the papers around, right? Shape shift,
Right.
and make the issue about something else, right? The gut and replace, the whole confusion that the state likes to operate on there. So now we have a nice little precedent to set ourselves here, right? We have a letter from the DOD saying,
Yes.
shucks, we cannot find a treaty of annexation, just like we knew there is no treaty of annexation, just like the other websites for the state and for
Next
the
week,
feds.
that's next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We'll bring
later,
that up
right?
next week because we got a trend going
no
on
matter
over
where
there.
you look, right? You go ask the historian, you go ask the clerk at the departments, you go ask the heads of these kind of investigative committees, and these people were tasked with caring for this information, and they will tell you the same thing. There is no treaty of annexation.
There is no treaty of annexation.
No
There
treaty,
you guys have
no
it, Kako.
jurisdiction. That means no
It
jurisdiction.
means no jurisdiction.
That means you folks, all the other cats underneath the hat, you guys better start paying attention, recognizing our rights, allowing us to be who we say we are, and then we go from there.
And with that being said, that is your chopping block for this week, Saturday, September 5th, 2020, for the Darkside of Hawaiian Politics.
We had
and
two greens today. We had two greens today.
Our constitutional oath breaker this week, right, has to go for me.
Who's the fat cat of the
For
week?
me-
Fat cat of the week.
For me, the constitutional oath breaker
I'm on a pool
has
meeting.
to go to the state of Hawaii for continuing to disregard federal laws,
Manapua factory.
the Manapua factory to
Not just
go
one
down.
Manapua. It's not just one dim sum, guys.
Not one dim sum. So Kako, it's the shit show that never stops, and it's the state of Heva that continues to plague our community. Smash them out.
Mash it up.
Who
mash it
is
up.
your constitutional oath breaker for today?
I I really like the way that you went with it. Don't just pick one Manapua. Don't just pick one Char Siu, right, in the mix. We got to go with the whole factory that keeps pumping out these fat cats, that keeps making this Manapua the empty calories of the fake state of Hawaii. You can just look to the headlines every day. Which one are they going to roll out today to be the next chapter in the shit show for the soap opera, right?
Right.
And so keep our eyes on the prize, everybody. This is our Aina, right? Our kupuna left us an amazing history and legacy. And don't get disillusioned by the fake state, right? Keep smashing that
Keep
Manapua.
exposing them.
Keep smashing the Manapuas, bruh.
You're smashing them.
Right, show some shoyu on that bugger.
So, before we wrap it up,
Getting hungry.
we got our Get Connected session. Usually we go out, we get the calls to get connected outside. But today we owe it to you guys to get you guys connected on a little family issues that have been taking place.
Here we go.
It's only about a couple minutes, but we have some crisis acting going on. So if you guys have been following our Darkside of Hawaiian Politics page, please be aware that it's been hijacked by Bryson B. Carvalho and Hawaiian Kingdom News, and they're posting their post on our page and continuing to defraud or fraud our community, and that's why you guys haven't seen the Dark Side of Hawaiian Politics on the Dark Side of Hawaiian Politics page. So with that being said, Kako, Bryson Carvalho is the same guy who did the Use the Kids, KL Hawaii with the Kamehameha schools. He's the same guy that has a $5 million contract that desecrates Pohaku Loa. And they do run other schemes on Hawaiian homelands. So if you guys know this individual that runs the Hawaiian Kingdom News, Ma'ala Pa'a, get Ma'a, be careful, Kako, because he's running a high scheme for millions of dollars to desecrate Po'akuloa and to use the wrong information and content to always fool the community. So if you guys are following that Dark Side of Hawaiian Politics page, Kako, we call them out, but please remove yourself from that page. We'll be coming to you with the real page and not the cookie and gummy bears wannabe show desecrating Po'akuloa simultaneously.
Damn. Well, we might have a topic for the chopping block in the next future, some red fish.
Yep.
You
So
know,
that's the Get Connected session, is to make sure you guys know that the reason why you guys, because we've been getting so much emails
we gotta
out
clarify
that
we
how
gotta
come
keep it 100 always.
our things are not on that website is because we don't have access to it. So Bryson Carvalho,
There's a lot more to the story as well, as we know. Different players and provocateurs.
but those crisis actors are real,
Right,
Kako.
right.
So if you guys see nothing on that page of us, it's not ours. They call it spam. Thank you again, Kako. And for that being said, Rapid Aloha for today.
Rapid aloha.
Let's go.
Yes.
So this Rapid Aloha goes out to the one and only. Who is it, Kako? It is our Bite the Eye. 2 years running, state champ, Moko Keave champion, Bite the Eye. Every week, check them out for your daily, weekly fix of fresh i'a, locally caught, not bought.
Yes,
Homework, Rapid Aloha.
Rapid aloha, everybody out there tuning in on each side of the fence, on the fence. You know, DLNR, DHHL, all you land agents out there, the field workers. We see you guys. We have a lot of aloha and respect for you guys. And we will continue to do our work and our due diligence to expose your corrupt bosses and to expose the corruption, even if it hits close to home, even if it's in our own household. We gotta do the dishes, we gotta clean, right? We can't just sweep them under the rug, everybody. Ko Hawaii Pai Aina requires Kanaka to have real aloha for one another. So,
For the Rapid Aloha
Rapid aloha, I gotta send all my aloha out there to all you guys.
workers, right?
All you guys working it, tuning in. Don't get caught up in the COINTELPRO counter-programming types of situations where outsiders will come in and try to manipulate you to do things that you're not supposed to be doing in your ahupua, with your ohana, with your brothers and titas out there. Stay strong with your ohana. This is not the time to be teaming up with scapegoats and corrupt monkeys, right?
And I gotta say,
They
I
pa'a
almost
like
forgot.
the pohaku.
Chief Ahulao. Haoli laha now.
Hey, there we go.
Almost forgot the Chief Ahulao, the rude boy, has the same birthday as
Prince
our
of downtown
queen.
Hilo, the Prince of downtown Hilo.
Ahulao, Haoli laha. We love you.
Laha now.
Always holding it down. Whenever you need it, you know what to call, man. And our next one is for workdays, Olympics. Come on and check them out.
There
4
we go.
times a week. The bar is open. The kava drop is open for poi bowls, kava bowls, acai bowls.
All bars are about 6 feet apart, so you just stay at OO bar length away and keep banging, baby. Keep banging.
Yeah, so continue to look out for your family members in this time, your kupuna, your elders, your keikis. School is tough, Kako. Hopefully we can break over this jump. Shout out to all those teachers out there working that shift during this pandemic. So once again, we
All
love you guys.
tuning in, of course. Waking up every morning for the dark side of Hawaiian politics. Mahalo. We
Mahalo.
love you guys.
Ku aloha aina.
Nana ike kumu. Ko Hawaii Pai Aina pono i.
Well, I wake good, danger now. Whoa, whoa.
And let's chop them if they